Hey y'all, I'm here to show you guys how you can create an online newspaper using a program called Paperly that will help you for your government and current events assignment so that interesting newspaper articles that are buzzed about on social media and other places will come to you instead of you having to search out interesting articles. The first step in the process is very simple. You type in Paperly into the Google search engine. It's the first link. You click on that. That'll take you to this website right here. And what you want to do first is go to this button that says Get Started. It's free. It is then going to ask you whether you want to sign up / sign in. The easiest way to do this is through email. I've already created an account. I would suggest you also use your stargateschool.org account, create your own password, and sign in. Then what it's going to ask is what news you are interested in. Since you are creating a current events assignment related around government, let's start there. Oops. So this is a compilation of articles that are already about the word government. I would suggest, however, going farther than this and adding other words to search for as well so that you have a newspaper that's rich in content. So the next thing I'm going to ask you to do is to go ahead and create a free paper. Okay, so what it will do is it will create a paper for you so that you can see what it looks like in paper format. And what you'll want to do is kind of see what is out there in terms of government. So this is the paper that's been created so far. Let's go ahead and add in more content sources so that we have a better paper. What you want to do in order to do that is go over to this settings wheel and click on it. So this is your control center, and the next thing that you'll want to do to add content is go to the button that says content. And you'll want to add content sources. So far, all I've entered as a topic is government. And so the next thing you'll want to do is add in more buzzwords that we will be using throughout the semester that will be related to government. So my suggestion for this is to open your subscription to your TCI book and to glance at some topics that we'll be looking at and use those as your content sources. So let me do that. So let's see what other words would be good to add in as content sources. I'm thinking democracy would be a good word to add. Constitution, Bill of Rights, federalism. Basically, if it starts with a chapter, that's probably something that you can add in as a content source. So let's go back to Paperly and add some of these words in. All right, so what I've done here is added a couple more buzzwords in. All you have to do is type in the word, hit enter, and then it's going to ask if you want to add it. All you have to do is hit this add button, and it will add it to your content sources. You'll probably want more than 4, but I have a good start here for a newspaper, so let's go ahead and cancel out of this so I get the full screen view. And then the one thing I still want to say here is that the articles that feed into Paperly are ones that are usually read the most or shared the most on social media, and therefore a lot of them are going to have a point of view or a bias. It is your job as a discerning news consumer to figure out what that bias is, and that's one of the parts of our assignment this year is that you add a sentence into each of your slides about the bias that you saw. Some of these are going to be on controversial topics as well. That's just something that you need to know going in. You might also stumble across articles that are shared from sources that may or may not have a lot of authority, such as Reddit or Wikipedia. Obviously, you'd want to apply the same standard to any sort of news article that you always have. If you are unsure if a source is authoritative, then check with me before you actually create a slide on it. Because again, as good of a tool as Paperly is, it doesn't necessarily weed out articles that come from dubious sources. So after you created your paper, you're going to wonder what's next. Well, what you will see is that every day your paper will be updated, and they'll let you know that in your email, and that's one way you can access it. The other thing you can always do is you can go back to paperly.com. You can click on this menu right over here, and you will see that you'll have your name here, and it will bring you to all the newspapers that you have created. And then you just click on it. And then you can check out at any day what's going on in the world of government and politics. Hopefully you found this tutorial helpful in order to make a newspaper geared towards this current events assignment. If you have any sort of questions about this assignment or about how to use Paperly, feel free to email me or come talk to me, and I will be happy to help. Thank you for your time.